Hey guys, this is Time to Talk. I realize it's been a while since I've done an actual video on any of the watches that I've owned, and I film them with a potato most of the time. But this one is kind of special. I haven't posted anything about this. I am online, but this is a 1970s Rolex Day-Date, and I want to go over a little bit of it. I've wanted one of these watches since I was 10 or 12. I mean, young. And I thought, it's a solid gold Rolex. You're never going to get one. Well, obviously, I got one thanks to a good friend of mine in Pennsylvania. I was offered the watch. I drove 4 hours with my wife in October to get it to Pennsylvania in snow. We went to Amish country and actually picked this up. I've wanted it for years. I finally own it. It is a 1970 model, and the bracelet is a 1974. Well, 73 quarter. As you can see, after it focuses, there. Well, it's not focusing. Sometimes A of 72. So it's a 72 quarter. 1970 with a 72 quarter bracelet. It's an amazing condition. So the friend of mine that I bought this from collects gold. He didn't care about the watch, he just cared that it was 18 karat gold. And it looks like it's lived in a safe most of its life. I'm going to go over a few of the features, size, and wearability of it. It's 36 millimeters across. Higher 40s lug to lug, but it's not your 40 millimeter big face Rolex as they would call it. Pie pan dial, as you can see. The lugs are thick, the case is thick, probably rarely if ever polished. Really, it's a strong case, and you can even see the chamfers on the side. The chamfers are where the matte meets the polish. Those edges on the side, those are really good. They're great to see. Now, the bracelet itself, the whole watch should weigh, fully linked, about 125 grams, 122 to 125 grams. They usually come with 4 links. This came with 2. I added one to fit my wrist comfortably. The pie pans are non-quick set, so it's kind of a pain. You have to cycle the hands back and forth to adjust the day and the date. The date's the worst part to adjust. The day actually has a backward-forward setting feature, and if you're familiar with vintage watches, you'll know how that works. The lug ends, they're actually semi-solid bracelet. The interior sections of the lugs are actually hollow. The links, it's all 18K. This is an early bracelet. The markings on the bracelet, on the interior side, here, as you can see, Rolex Geneve and 18K on the bottom. There is no maidenhead insignia. So this is an early bracelet. Some of them came like this. A lot of them had a stamp of a woman's head on the inside of the clasp. This does not. It's all completely legit Rolex. And one of the interesting facts about these is that the clasp is rose gold. The bracelet's yellow gold. They did that for strength. Rose gold having more, I believe it's brass or copper mixed in. It gives it a little bit more strength than the 18K yellow gold. Now, in the brochures of Rolex Day-Dates, the clasp itself is the presidential hidden clasp. It folds over and is completely hidden. This was an option for these watches in the catalog. You could equip your Rolex Day-Date with one of these bracelets, or you can have a more traditional clasp, and it folds up like that. On the back side of the watch, you'll see the spring bars there and there. Those should be solid gold. They should not be stainless steel. Stainless steel is harder than gold. Over time, those can actually wear holes in the case, and it can cause damage. So make sure that those are also solid gold. These lug ends, they fixed with later models, but over time they have a little play. They'll get a little bit of play in them, and you have to get them adjusted correctly. Which are those tabs back there? Correctly is the key word. Have a watchmaker do this. Don't try to do it yourself. Whenever buying a Rolex, if you're watching this video, it's pretty simple to know the wear of a Rolex, by the way, by holding the head and seeing the droop. This actually isn't terrible, especially for a watch this old. I've actually had experts assess the bracelet condition, and they said, experts that repair these, and they can unstretch them, but it is expensive. They said that they wouldn't touch it. It's that nice. Sides are polished, top is brushed. The 1803s are really a nice classic size. I have 7.5-inch wrists, and I will try to get this thing on. I'm not as smooth as Tim Mosso, but there we go. I have 7.5-inch wrists, depending on the day, and it's comfortable. It doesn't overstretch my wrist. Lug overhang is terrible on a lot of bigger watches with smaller wrists. This can fit really anyone, and I wear this watch every day. It's a daily wear for me. I really do like it. I think it's a fantastic choice. Now, value-wise, I won't say what I paid for this, because it's not a price that you can get them for, but expect to find a Rolex at this time of this video in late July of 2021 to hit around 10.5 to 11K in this shape. This is naked. This doesn't have the box or any of the pamphlets. I can get them for a few hundred and bump the price up if it was for sale. This same watch came in different variations. You had a yellow gold, you had a tri-door, which is white gold on the flanks, pink, yellow, and white in the middle links. And Rolex makes all of their gold in-house. They have a foundry. This came in white gold, this came in platinum. Each of them, of course, adding a few thousand to each level because of how, of course, the precious metal value. The tri-doors, and if I'm not mistaken, the tri-door started when the quick set started. So from what I know, you can't find an on-quick in tri-door. It's always a 18038 reference. But the pie pans are nice. People love the dials. The dials can also change values. I mean, they can change hundreds to thousands of dollars. This is a nice silver dial, and they have the Stellas are really the top of it. They have a Stella dial, they have a wood dial, they have a fossil dial. They have a lot of different dials, mostly for the quick sets. The 18038 is a single quick set, which means that one of your day and date features you can set quickly via the crown, and then the double quick sets came later after the 80s. This is a plastic crystal. It's the dials can change the values wildly. I would love to find a Stella dial for this, but the silver dials are really nice. They stand out. Black is lovely. Champagnes are kind of the basic ones. There are a lot of champagnes out there, and you're going to watch for over polish too. Over polishing one of these can really be bad. What I try to look for is the end links. You see how sharp the end links are on these, on the edges? These end links over here, if you look at some of the ones that you're looking for and they're really rounded, that can be a sign of over polishing. I've had very astute collectors look at this watch, and they said the weakest point of this watch is more than likely this bezel. The bezel's original, but it's not sharp. I mean, when these are brand new, they're razor sharp. They reflect like a disco ball. And they said that's it. The case looks like it's really hardly ever been polished. You just have the bar on the bottom indicates a yellow gold 18-karat crown. Water resistant to 330 feet. You can wear this thing with a suit. You can wear it with jeans. You can wear it with essentially everything. to me that you own. I think it's really versatile. And if you go with a white gold or even a platinum or even the two-tone, you can be a little more subtle about it, which in some cases is very good. The yellow is quite loud. But I wanted one of these for years and years. I'm very happy with it. Will I upgrade to a different material like a Tridor or even a white gold? I don't know yet. This is really comfortable. The bracelet doesn't pull any hairs, it doesn't snag, and the weight of it isn't as heavy as you'd think. Again, it's 125 grams. You take the movement out, you're probably looking at 100 grams of 18 karat gold, but it gets warm. Your wrist is warm whenever you put it on. Your wrist warms up. That's what gold does. It's not like stainless steel. And I know that the hype watches now are the stainless sport models. There are stainless sport models that are worth more than this, and I still don't understand why. It's an 18 karat gold Rolex in solid gold. It's not stainless steel. I can't put my mind around spending that kind of money on a watch that's not made of some sort of precious metal, because at the end of the day, it's solid gold. It's still gold. I don't care if Rolex dropped to the name of Timex, it's still gold. And a lot of people buy these watches when they retire, or it's a gift to themselves when they're later stage in life. But I'm lucky enough to be able to get one while I'm in my mid-30s. I don't see me getting rid of it pretty much for anything. It's just a really great, versatile, beautiful timepiece. I mean, I'd recommend it if it's a grail watch. I would recommend it. It took me 2 years of trading, horse trading, buying, selling, bartering to make it to this. And I went from $1,000 micro brand over the span of a year or two. And with a good friend of mine selling me this, a little lucky break, I was able to get it. So if you have any questions, post in the comments below. And thank you for watching.